أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وعظيمنا وطبيب قلوبنا وشفيع نفوسنا بالقاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه الحر الميامين الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية سيدي ومولاي علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله أما بعد يقول الله في كتاب الكريم والفرقان الحميد وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا صدق الله العلي العظيم صلوا على محمد وآل محمد What does Islam say regarding the importance of a mother? What does the Quran, what do the Ahl al-Bayt, the A'imma say regarding the importance of a mother? If you open the Quran, Surah Al-Isra, chapter number 17, verse number 23, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. For your Lord has decreed that you worship nothing aside from Him and honor and love and respect your parents. Now notice there's something interesting here. Allah starts off the verse by saying what? Worship no other entity aside from myself. So number one, Allah said your first duty in this world is to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two, Allah mentions honor and respect your parents. So Allah is saying that first respect me, but next in line, of course after the Ahl al-Bayt and the A'imma, Allah says honor, respect and love your parents. Further than that, Surah Al-Ahqaf, chapter 46, verse number 15. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا. We have commanded people to honor their parents. Their mothers bore them in hardship and delivered them in hardship. When your mother had you in her womb, Allah says she faced hardship. When she gave birth to you, she also endured hardship. You know, many times we hear men say that we go out, we work, we toil for the entire day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says yes, but the hardest task is to give birth to a child. That in itself is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is what the Quran says. The Quran doesn't only say giving birth is difficult. No, even when she has you in her womb, that is also difficult. Abraham Lincoln, a respectable president of the United States. Today we don't have many respectable leaders in the US. But Abraham Lincoln, in fact, in many of his letters, he was against the US being involved in many countries. You know, if you actually read the Constitution of America, the Constitution of the United States, you'll see that the founding fathers always wanted the US to be a hub for business, not for wars. So Abraham Lincoln, he says, now Abraham Lincoln is infamous. He's known for what? For abolishing slavery. He says, all that I am or ever hope to be, I owe to my angel mother. Abraham Lincoln, one of the most successful presidents in the US, he's saying, whatever I am today, I am grateful towards my mom. My angel mother. Further than that, someone came to Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This person said, Ya Rasulullah, my mother is extremely old and now she has a temper tantrum at home. She's always angry, she's always upset, she shouts at me. What should I do, Ya Rasulullah? Please advise me. The Holy Prophet said, she was not ill-tempered when she bore you in her stomach. When she was pregnant and she had you, then she was not a bad person. Then you never thought that my mother is evil. And when you were sick and she looked after you. This is Rasulullah saying. She looked after you during the night. Then she was not ill-tempered and ill-mannered and evil. Now that she is old and she needs your assistance, now you look at her as a burden. Then Rasulullah says that it is more worth it to spend time with your mother and to give her love and respect than worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, Rasulullah says, loving your mother is worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please recite a salawat. Now, this is the importance of mother, right? Now, even the mothers are given certain duties and responsibilities. If you open Mustadrak Al-Wasa'il, Shia book, part 15, page number 118, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructs Rasulullah that tell your followers, this is how mothers and fathers should treat their children, especially their daughters. If you have a daughter in your household, this is how you treat your daughter. Number one, God will admit to heaven one who has a daughter. One. Then Rasulullah says, but if you have a daughter, do not get rid of her. We know at that time, actually if you read some of the stories of the Arabs at that time, they are astounding. Some things I can't even mention on the minbar in my lectures. So Rasulullah says, don't get rid of them. Don't think of killing them or getting rid of them or burying them alive. Make sure you honor them. Then Rasulullah says something interesting. Then Rasulullah says, Allah is displeased. Displeased to who? Displeased to those mu'mineen who, when they see their daughter, they say, I wish I had a son. Imagine. Then Rasulullah says that do not look at your daughter and say, I wish I had a son. No, treat them just like you would treat your son, because they are equal in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This statement right here, today, it's easy for me to say. Today in this era of women empowerment, where we have women who are in business, economics, and in the political hemisphere, easy for me to say. Imagine Rasulullah says it in a time where fathers were burying their daughters alive, where there's a surah called Mujadila, surah 58. Husbands were mistreating their wives to the extent that they would complain to Rasulullah until Allah revealed a surah Mujadila. Go read the tafsir of this surah. So these men were barbaric. Rasulullah is saying, no, your daughters and sons are equal. Do not discredit your daughters. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now there's this narration, I don't want to delve into it. There's a whole narration, it's very long, but I'll recite it in brief. But it's a beautiful anecdote, it's a beautiful story. From Sheikh Tusi's Al-Amali, volume 1, page 63. Prophet Musa asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, I want to meet my partner in Jannah. Who will be my companion in Jannah? Allah said, Ya Musa, go to this butchery. You'll see someone cutting meat. This person will be your companion in Jannah. He said, no problem. He went, he thought maybe this person is a very special person, namazi, someone who prays to God constantly. So he goes and sees this butcher, sees him cutting meat, arguing with employees, talking with others, very normal person. So Nabi Musa said, I don't understand how he's so special. Then he follows this butcher to his house. He knocks the door. He said, can I please come? The butcher says, Ya Musa. He recognized Prophet Musa. Prophet Musa, you are a Rasul. Please, it would be my honor to serve you. Why don't you spend the night with us? Why don't you have dinner with us? Prophet Musa said, no problem. Nabi Musa wanted to know, why is this man going to be my companion in Jannah? Okay, he enters the house. The man said, wait, give me a few minutes. I have some work. He climbs the story of his house, stairs, climbs the staircase, and then Prophet Musa sees that he is carrying an old woman, an old barren woman. He carries this old woman, brings him downstairs, starts feeding this old woman, starts feeding her. Then this old woman whispers something into the ears of this butcher. What did she whisper? Prophet Musa says he doesn't know. Now we are reading this through the lens of Prophet Musa. So we also don't know so far. Now, This person, does he stop there? Takes the old lady again, takes her back to her room, climbs the staircase again, back to her room. Comes down, Prophet Musa says that, oh man, who is this old lady? Number one. Number two, what did she whisper? The man said that this old lady is my mother. I could have taken food to her room, but I don't want her to eat in her room. I want her to eat like everyone else. I want her to have a change of environment, a change of ambience. So she eats here, downstairs. Number two, what was your second question? Prophet Musa said, what did she whisper? What did she tell you? The man said, you'd rather not ask. He said, no, tell me. He said, this old lady, my mother, always says, may Allah make you the companion of Musa in Jannah. But I know Allah will never fulfill this desire of mine. Prophet Musa says, congratulations. I pass you, my congratulations. You will be my companion in Jannah. Please recite the salawat. Now I know most of you love this story because most of you said Subhanallah and Wah Wah. But the message behind this is important. Treat your mother with love and respect. And if she is not alive, then pray for her. Do good deeds and honor your parents. There's a hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari and Safinatul Bihar. Whenever Bibi Fatima saw the Holy Prophet, whenever she saw the Holy Prophet injured from any battle, she would go rub the blood from the face of her father. And the Prophet once looked at Fatima and the Prophet said, you are the mother of her father. You look after me, you nurture me, just like a mother nurtures her son. Further than that, in the Quran, Allah says that always address Rasulullah with respect. Call him the Nabi of Allah. So Bibi Fatima would stop addressing her father as father. She would also start saying, Ya Rasulullah, Ya Nabi Allah. The Prophet then says, in Ibn al-Maghazali's book, the Prophet said, oh Fatima, this ayah is not for you. You call me father. Do not call me Ya Rasulullah. In fact, that is more pleasing to your Lord. And Bibi Fatima was once told by Rasulullah, you are not a human being. You are an angel in the form, in the mold of a human being. Is a hadith. I end my talk with this. This is a phenomenal, this is something in the Arabic language that's amazing. Now again, I'm not an Arabic speaking person like Brother Abbas Ramtullah, but this is said by linguists, those who know the Arabic language. The word what does the word mean in Arabic? O-M-M or U-M-M. Okay, very good. Womb of the mother. What else? Abiha, mother. Okay. Now this word mother in the Quran, it is not only used for mothers. No. Means source. Let me explain. Allah says in the Quran, Surah 43, verse 4, وَإِنَّهُ فِي الْكِتَابِ. Verily the Quran is the mother of the book. Mother of all books. Some translators don't say mother, source of all books. Source of all books. You look at other languages. Look at other languages. How do we say mother? Mom in English, right? Mama in Kiswahili. Ammi in Urdu, right? Mama in Italian. So even in other languages, the use of the word mother is very similar. And what do we call ourselves? Who are we? Ummah. Because we have one purpose. We have one common goal. Ummah comes from the root word Linguists say this in Arabic. Therefore, Bibi Fatima is who? The mother of all the believers. She is our mother. I end my talk with this. Imam Ja'far Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. He says that on the day of judgment, Biharul Anwar, Bibi Fatima will be the scale for all the good deeds and bad deeds of our lovers and our haters. If you are our lover, Bibi Fatima will take your hand to Jannah. If you are our hater, then because of Bibi Fatima, you will be sent into the pits of hell. And on the day of Qiyamah, according to Sheikh Abbas Qummi, Nafasul Mahmoom, It says that on the day of judgment, Bibi Fatima will appear in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will say, "Oh Fatima, present your case." Sheikh Abbas Qummi narrates this. Bibi Fatima will say, "I have only two things to show you." Bibi Fatima will go, take the two hands of Abbas, and she will say, "Ya Allah, these are the two hands of my son Al-Abbas, and I present it in front of you. They butchered Abbas. They butchered my son Imam al-Hussein on the plains of Karbala mercilessly." Azadaro, tonight we are here to commemorate the martyrdom of Bibi Fatima to Zahra. And the Ahlul Bayt, whenever they heard the name Fatima, they would start crying, they would start weeping. जनाब ख़त्मी मर्तबत बार बार बेहोश होते थे और फिर होश में आते थे। जनाब सैयदा मौजूद थी, दरवाज़े पे दस्तक हुई, गई और वापस आई। रसूल अल्लाह ने फरमाया, सैयदा क्या बात है, बार बार दरवाज़े पे जाती है, क्या बात है? बीबी फातिमा ने फरमाया, बाबा जान, मैं 2-3 मरतबा बता चुकी हूँ कि आप आराम कर रहे हो, आपकी सेहत ठीक नहीं है, लेकिन बार बार एक अरब दरवाज़े पे आते हैं। रसूल अल्लाह ने कहा, जानती है ये कौन है? सैयदा, ये मलकुल मौत है, अल्लाह के हुक्म से नाजिल होता है। सैयदा, जानती है बार बार क्यों दस्तक दे रहे हैं? कहा, बाबा आप फरमाइए। कहा, आपके एहतराम में ये बताना चाह रहे हैं कि मैं मलकुल मौत हूँ, लेकिन सैयदा के दरवाजे पे इजाज़त के बग़ैर नहीं आता। ऐसा ना हो कि पैगंबर के बाद कोई आग लगा के अंदर आ जाए। बहुत लोग ये कहते हैं कि बीबी फातिमा दरबार में गई फदक मांगने के लिए। मशरिक से लेके मगरिब तक कायनात में हर उस बंदे से मिल जो शिया हुआ है, शियों में कन्वर्ट हुआ है, उसे पूछ तुझे किस बात ने शिया बनाया? वो कहेगा, जब ज़हरा दरबार में अपने हक मांगने गया, उस वक्त मुझे पता चला कि मुझे शिया बनना है। पता चला खजूरें मांगने नहीं गई, तुझे अलीउन वलीउल्लाह पढ़ाने गई। मैं बाज़ रिवायात को देख रहा था, मदीना बहुत फैल गया था, लोगों के घर नज़दीक नहीं थे। शेख अब्बास कुम्मी लिखते हैं अपने किताब में बैतुल अहज़ान, पूरी किताब बीबी के मसाइब के ऊपर, बैतुल अहज़ान, हाउस ऑफ ग्रीफ। वो कहते हैं कि बीबी की आवाज़ हर कान में नहीं जाती थी। ऐसे नहीं था कि मदीने वालों को बीबी की आवाज़ आती थी। तो फिर सवाल है, मदीने वालों को कैसे मालूम था कि बीबी फातिमा रो रही है? कहाँ, जब भी फातिमा तो ज़हरा रोती थी, मदीने में ज़लज़ला आता था। शायद रसूलुल्लाह आवाज़ देते थे, ए मदीने वालों, मेरी बेटी को न रुलाओ, मेरी बेटी को न सताओ। आइए ज़रा कुछ देर उस मदीने चलते हैं जहाँ पे बीबी की कब्र है। आइए ज़रा देख वहाँ कैसी कब्र है। आज पूरी दुनिया में चराग जलते हैं, हर जगह चराग जलते हैं। इमाम बारगाह में चराग जलते हैं, करबला में चिराग जलते हैं, नजफ में चिराग जलते हैं, हर हरम के अंदर चिराग जलते हैं। और वो कब्र जो रसूल खुदा की बेटी से मंसूब थी, कुछ लोगों ने कब्र को गिरा दिया। वो जो जरी थी, वो जरी को गिरा दिया। आइए जरा इमामे ज़माना जन्नतुल बकी को देखिएगा, ज़हरा की टूटी हुई कब्र को देखिएगा। इमाम अली हमेशा ये कहते थे, फ़अम्मा हुज़्नी व सरमदुन, अब मैं पूरी ज़िंदगी गमगीन रहूँगा। व अम्मा लियाली मुसहदुन, मैंने ऐसा ज़ख्म देखा है कोई रात मेरी सुकून से नहीं गुजरेगी। इमाम अली ने कहा, 2 ज़ख्म थे जो मैंने देखा। उल्टी तरफ बीबी के पसलियों का ज़ख्म था, दाएं बाजू पे ताज़ियाने का निशान था। अलगराज 2 महीने ज़िंदा रही ज़हरा। मैं एक सवाल करूं, अगर पसलियों के अंदर तकलीफ़ हो तो सांस लेते वक्त तकलीफ़ होती है। ज़हरा मुसलसल ये कहती रही, ए अबुल हसन, जब भी सांस लेती हूँ तो तकलीफ़ महसूस होती है। روئے حسین مادر مزتر کو بار بار، سینے لگا کر زینب و شبر کو بار بار۔ بی بی فاطمہ مسلسل فریاد کرتی تھی، صدمے اٹھا رہی ہوں میں بابا تمہارے بعد، دربار جا رہی ہوں میں بابا تمہارے بعد۔ بابا غریب بیٹی کی غربت کو دیکھیے، خطبہ سنا رہی ہوں میں بابا تمہارے بعد۔ بس آخری جملے۔ ہاں عزادارو، بی بی فاطمہ کا ارشاد ہے، صبت علی مصائب لو انہا صبت علی الایام سرن لیالہا۔ جناب سیدہ کا ارشاد ہے کہ مجھ پر وہ مصیبتیں پڑھی کہ اگر وہ روشن دنوں پر پڑتی تو شبہ تاریخ میں تبدیل ہو جاتے۔ عزادارو، جب بی بی فاطمہ اس دنیا سے رخصت ہوئے، علی نے غسل دیا اور پھر جناب امیر نے بچوں سے کہا کہ اے بچوں، اپنی ماں کا آخری دیدار کرو۔ جناب حسین جو اپنے ماں کا چھوٹا لاڈلا تھا، وہ دور سے ہوئے ماں کے پیروں سے آنکھیں ملنے لگے۔ اماں حسین آیا ہے، آنکھیں کھولو اماں، میں جب بھی آتا تھا آپ مجھے سینے سے لگایا کرتے تھے، آج مجھے سینے سے نہ لگاؤ گے۔ ایک مرتبہ فاطمہ کا جنازہ تھر تھڑایا، بند کفن ٹوٹ گیا اور سیدہ کے ہاتھ کفن کے باہر آیا، آجا میرے لال۔ حسین آگے بڑھے، ماں نے سینے سے لگایا اور اچانک آواز آئی کہ اے علی، فاطمہ اور حسین کو الگ کر، آسمان پہ ملائکہ رو رہے ہیں۔ ارے ملائکہ کا کیا حال ہوا ہوگا کہ جب عاشور کے دن عباس کے کٹے ہوئے بازوں کو دیکھا، جب اصغر کے ننھے گلے پر تیر لگا، جب فاطمہ کے لال حسین کو شہید کر دیا گیا۔